Alex Eala just keeps winning. Fresh off the biggest breakthrough of her career in Washington, the Filipina star has continued her incredible run by defeating American Alycia Parks in a dramatic three-set battle at the Canadian Open. Eala dominated the opening set. Parks fought back in the second. But when everything came down to the deciding set, Eala found another level. The final score? Alex Eala 6-1, 4-6, 6-2 Alycia Parks. And this victory could be even more important than it looks. Because Eala isn't simply winning matches anymore. She's showing that she can recover from momentum swings, handle pressure, and keep winning against dangerous opponents. So how did Eala get the job done? And just how far can this incredible run go in Toronto? Let's break it all down. Eala enters Toronto with huge momentum. The timing of this Canadian Open campaign couldn't be better for Alex Eala. Just days ago, she was celebrating her maiden WTA singles title in Washington. That title run included major victories and a dramatic final against Jessica Pegula. Now, instead of taking her foot off the gas, Eala has immediately returned to the court and continued winning. That is not easy. After an emotional breakthrough, a player can sometimes struggle to maintain the same intensity. But Eala has shown the opposite. She arrived in Toronto focused. And against Alycia Parks, she looked ready from the very beginning. First set, Eala takes control. The opening set was a statement. Eala came out aggressively and immediately put Parks under pressure. Her movement was sharp. Her ground strokes were aggressive. And she wasn't allowing Parks to comfortably dictate the rallies. The result was a dominant 6-1 opening set. For Eala, this was exactly the kind of start she needed. She wasn't waiting for opportunities. She was creating them. And after winning the first set so convincingly, it looked like Eala might be heading toward another straight-set victory. But Parks had other ideas. Parks fights back. The second set completely changed the momentum. Alycia Parks started finding more rhythm and began putting Eala under greater pressure. Instead of allowing the match to disappear, Parks fought back. Eala suddenly had a much tougher battle on her hands. The American eventually took the second set 6-4, leveling the match at 1 set apiece. And this was the biggest test of the day for Eala. She had dominated early. Then her opponent had fought back. Now everything came down to one final set. The deciding set, Eala rises again. This is where the story becomes really impressive. Eala could have allowed the second set loss to affect her confidence. Instead, she reset. She came into the deciding set with renewed focus and began taking control again. The Filipino star raised her level when it mattered most. She created pressure. She stayed composed. And she refused to let the match slip away. The final set ended 6-2 in Eala's favor. After nearly seeing her momentum disappear, Eala closed the match strongly. That is the kind of response that can define a tournament run. A huge mental test. The scoreline tells us that Eala won in 3 sets. But the bigger story is how she responded after losing the second. Tennis is a game of momentum. One player can look unstoppable for an hour, then suddenly everything changes. The best players aren't necessarily the ones who never lose momentum. They're the ones who know how to get it back. And Eala did exactly that. After Parks leveled the match, Eala didn't panic. She went back to her game. She stayed patient. And when the deciding set arrived, she played with authority. From Washington champion to Toronto contender. Think about the timing. Eala just won her first WTA title. Now she's already winning at a WTA 1000 tournament. That's a major test. The Canadian Open is one of the biggest events on the WTA calendar, and the field is packed with elite players. Eala entered Toronto carrying huge expectations. But instead of being overwhelmed by them, she's using the momentum. This is what makes her current run so exciting. She's no longer simply trying to prove that she belongs. She's starting to look like a player who expects to compete at this level. A different Eala? There's something noticeably different about Eala's recent performances. Her confidence appears to be growing. Her ability to recover from difficult moments is improving. And her results are becoming increasingly consistent. Earlier in her career, fans saw flashes of brilliance. Now they're seeing those flashes turn into sustained performances. The Washington title was the breakthrough. This Canadian Open run could be the continuation. And if she keeps progressing like this, the tennis world may have to start talking about Eala in a very different way. Why the Parks win matters. This wasn't just another victory. There is history between Eala and Parks. Parks defeated Eala earlier in the 2026 Australian Open. So this Canadian Open matchup gave Eala an opportunity to answer back. This time, Eala got the better of the American in 3 sets. That makes the victory even more meaningful. It's not simply about advancing. It's also about showing that Eala can learn from previous experiences and find a different result the next time she faces the same challenge. Final takeaway. Alex Eala is officially into the Canadian Open round of 32. She defeated Alycia Parks 6-1, 4-6, 6-2, surviving a major momentum shift and finishing the match with a strong deciding set. The victory continues Eala's incredible stretch following her breakthrough WTA title in Washington. She dominated early. She survived the comeback. And then she closed the door. Now, the competition gets even tougher. But Eala has already shown that she is ready for the challenge. The question is no longer whether Alex Eala can compete with the best. The question is, how far can she go? Alex Eala is still hot. Fire. Another big victory. Another round reached. And another statement made on one of the biggest stages in tennis. Can Eala continue her incredible momentum and make another deep run in Toronto? Could she shock another big name? And can the Washington champion turn this Canadian Open campaign into something even more special? Let us know your prediction in the comments. If you're enjoying Alex Eala's incredible journey, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more breaking tennis updates. The journey continues. The momentum is real. And Alex Eala is not slowing down.